Okay, this is the answer key and going over the equations quiz that we take at the very end of chapter 3. So, right, the first one says, I measure how tall my sunflower plant is in inches each week in the summer. And then they give us this equation. So, the 4 is the number with the x here, so that would be the rate, d, how much it grows each week. The 20 is the number that's by itself, so we know that's the starting value. So that is A, the starting height of the sunflower. The x is the independent variable, and the independent variable here is how many weeks it is. So I'm going to say independent variable. And the y is our dependent variable, and in this case, B is the sunflower rate. So one way I like to keep these straight is the independent variable. I'm always thinking about either time or the thing that's kind of in control of the situation, or the thing you can control. And then the dependent variable would be the thing that is the result or the outcome. Okay, and then we have 2 questions that ask us to use the formula, right? How tall is the plant after 6 weeks? So here's my work for that one, number 5 and number 6. So I copy down the equation, y equals 4x plus 20, and then 6 weeks, I'd plug that in for x, right? How many weeks? X is weeks, so 4 times 6 plus 20, and then I'm just working that out, order of operations, and I get that the height is 44 inches, which is choice E on the quiz. And then number 6 says, same equation, number 6 says, how many weeks has it been if the plant is 58 inches tall? Well, inches is the height, so if I plug in 58 for y, for the height, it would look like this. 58 equals 4x plus 20. So now my variable is here mixed in. So I want to get that x by itself, so I have to cancel everything out until x is alone. So I would do minus 20 on both sides, and then I get 4x is equal to 38, and then divided by 4 on both sides, and I get x is equal to 9.5 weeks, which is choice H on the quiz. Okay. Back to our quiz starting with number 7. Now we're talking about how much team money you have, but you get it taken away every time you talk in class. So, it says, what does the 27 tell us? Well, the number by itself is always the starting value. So B, how much money you start with. What does the negative 3 tell us? Well, the negative 3 is the number with the x, so this is the rate. And so the rate would be how much you lose each time you talk. Okay. Number 9 says, what does the x represent? Well, again, that's your independent variable. So it's either time or the thing that I can control or the thing that's in control. So let's look at our choices. For x here, that would be D, how many times you talk. And then number 10, what does the y represent? That's your dependent variable, which I know is the result or the outcome. So number 10 should be C, how much money you have left. That's the result or the outcome of how much you talk. Number 11 and 12, they want us to use the equation again to calculate what happens or what happened if you have $12 left, and how much money do you have if you talked or got in trouble 8 times. So here is number 11. My equation is y equals 27 minus 3x. Right, I start with $27 and get 3 taken away every time I talk. So when would I have $12? Well, money is the y variable, the dependent variable. So I'll put 12 in there, equals 27 minus 3x. Again, my variable is mixed in, so I've got to cancel things out until I get the x alone. So minus 27 on both sides, then rewrite it, and then divide by 3 on both sides, and I get 5, which is G. And then number 12 says, how much will you have if you get in trouble 8 times? Well, here's my equation. The number of times I get in trouble is my x, so I'm going to plug it in for x, and I get 27 minus 24, so I have $3, which is choice F. Okay. Here I'm just looking to complete the sentence, the statement. So it says use the information to fill in the blanks here. Y equals negative 4x minus 275, right? And they give me what x and what y is. Okay. So now I'm just trying to translate that into a sentence of what's actually going on. So this would say the submarine starts at, well, the starting value here is negative 275 feet. So C would fill in that blank. And it goes down 4 feet. The rate is a negative 4, so it goes down 4 feet or negative 4 feet. So that's A, each minute. And that would be E. So I think there was a page in the variables packet that we did that had a few examples of this format, just being able to turn it into a regular sentence. So same thing with the next one. Y equals 42 plus 3x, where x is the number of hours and y is the number of treats. So even if I don't look at the choices, I know that this equation tells me my starting value is 42, and then I'm gaining 3 each hour. Okay? So Chevy starts with B. He starts with 42 treats, because that's my starting value. And he gets, or gains, 3 treats each hour. Okay, so for your multiple choice, you would just enter 16 is B, 17 is D, and 18 is E. Okay, on the back, number 19, temperature starts at negative 30. Well, that's my starting value. It warms up, so positive 3 is my rate each hour throughout the day. So in class, we talked a lot about just writing the starting value and then plus or minus your rate with the x. So you could have come up with this equation, but then the choice, the best choice, is written this way. It's still the same starting value and still the same rate, so B. Number 20. You want to buy Bosco sticks and cookies for your lunch. You get 1 Bosco stick for $1.25, so that's your starting value, your cost for the Bosco stick. And cookies are 79 cents each, so that's your rate. And it's all positive here because you're just adding up your total. The more food you get, the bigger total you would have. So you could have written it this way. Starting value is $1.25 plus 79 cents for each Bosco stick. Sorry, no, each cookie would be X. Or this is still the same rate of 79 cents for each cookie, and the starting value is $1.25. So again, B. 21, have 79 pieces of candy, so that's your starting value. You give away 6, so your rate is negative 6. Give away 6 to each friend. Write an equation for your number of pieces of candy you have left. Again, you might have written this. You start at 79 and then minus 6 each friend. Or here, my rate is still negative 6, and my starting value is 79. Okay? The rest of the choices, it doesn't matter the order, the rest of the choices aren't correct in terms of the sign. Yeah. Okay, and then 22. So pick an equation for the perimeter of the rectangle. Well, I know my rectangle has 4 sides, so I have another 3x plus 3 for the bottom. I have another 2x plus 1 for this side, and I add them all up. And then you'll notice that all of these are simplified, so combine the like terms. 3 and 2 and 3 and 2 x's make 10 x's. 3 plus 1 plus 3 plus 1 makes 8. So it would be A. Okay, there's your grading scale if you're interested. All right, thanks.